Alright, should be a quick video, no intro, whatever. Just there's more of this crap from these fakers, these phony experiments. So the Dispar lab moron has redone the experiment, right? So he plays the clip where I'm explaining one of the flaws in his experiment, right? And the fact is the correction need to be done. It did change the experiment substantially, and he just pretends it makes no difference at all, and it's just bullshit. So and it's this silly oscillating speed thing. So every time they do one of these experiments, they always start on the wrong side. That is, they're using the side that has the different masses on it to initiate the energy. And they should be starting with the side that's the same. See this side over here, you can see that mouse, right? This side over here, it's the same. So that's the side you should start with. That is, that's the part that should be up. Okay. So yeah, they don't do that. All right. No quick release, of course, or consistent release. In this case, you can obviously see the lever's bent. Okay, so the carbon rod is bent. That's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. Okay, so who knows what the real deal is. Okay, so why they use these heavy masses? It's all part of trying to break the experiment, essentially. All right, now I repeatedly pointed out how you have to do this mass thing. Where it all has to be the center of mass. You can't have pieces of the mass not centered. And what does he do? He puts a coin on top of a damn thing again. And then instead of having the coins reversed, that is, a coin on top on one side and a coin on the bottom on the other side, so there would be a straight line through the center of the mass. No. So another flaw. Okay. And it's a tiny bit of change in the oscillation. So if you take the bend out of it, right? I don't know how you can take the bend out. So besides using a lighter mass, then we have no idea what this fulcrum is. That's the other. It's really important that between these experiments you don't change this length at all. So there's no, you don't get to cheat and, say if the masses weren't perfect, you could just move or slide the fulcrum a little bit over and then they'll balance. But you've changed the distance then. So, so there's just nothing. I mean, they aren't really trying to do the experiment right. And he doesn't try it doing it different ways at all. So he doesn't move the mass in a little bit, move the mass out a little bit, see what kind of oscillations he gets. Nothing like that. So clearly he's getting more energy in this top one. So we'll play this little bit here. You can see that the top image travels higher. Its total height is higher. So it's obviously gotten more energy. And the argument would be well, that's because of the flex you started with in the lever. So you basically put energy into the lever to start with, and the spring energy of the lever is that extra bit of energy, because you started with the side that has. See, this side is bent equally for both experiments. But if you do it on this side, it's only bent in one of the experiments because the heavier mass closer to the fulcrum doesn't bend as much. So it doesn't store as much elastic energy in the lever itself. But, this is all stuff you could figure out. And again, the coins both being on the bottom here. One of them has to be on the top for them to be across from each other. And it's still not preferable. Shove it inside the hole. Why, if your masses aren't quite right and you need to add mass, add it to the center of the mass. Don't add it outside of the center of the mass. I mean, this isn't difficult. All right, so, this garbage experiment that proves nothing. What's your theory? The law of the lever isn't true? So a theory that goes back to like Archimedes, you're going to say, well, oh, geez, physics has it wrong. The levers don't work that way. Is that really your argument? Going to prove levers don't work? I mean, shit. Oh, so they're so horny to defend 1/2 mv squared that they'll throw the baby of the law of the lever out to preserve that bath water of 1/2 mv squared, when clearly 1/2 mv squared is the bath water, and the law of the lever, the conservation of momentum, is obviously the rational theory. And so this is just such nonsense. So anyway, I mean, it just keeps cheating all over the place. I haven't even watched. He's made some other dopey videos where he's doing the fucking denting with a round object, denting clay again. I mean, what the fuck? I have already explained how that's a really bad idea. And then where he doesn't use a round object, he's using foam. Where's the evidence that foam isn't velocity sensitive? Why don't you use cornstarch and do the experiment? You know, with things that don't have too high a velocity. You know, keep the velocities low and use cornstarch and then see what happens, shithead. Fuck, it's just such bullshit. Ugh, this lying scum. Anyway, cheaters. For science. They're cheating for science. To defend the truth, they have to cheat. Ugh. Anyway, so fuck. It's just such a waste of time.